So this is Bexhill seafront. It's got these beach huts that just go on. And actually we're driving along the coast road heading east, and our fishing spot is down here up near the Bexhill Angling Club. Don't really run this fast, honestly. And we're going to give fishing here a go. I had a look at this at low tide, and there's some rocks and reefs and stuff that run out there. You never know. It's not the best time of year for fishing, to be honest. Whiting probably your best bet here, but hoping for some flatfish. Beautiful day, very calm with this offshore breeze, even though it's a bit blustery further out at sea. So I've got two rods. I'm just going to drop one short, and then this red one is the Continental rod with its tiny little rod rings. Yeah, so the first rods are multiplying. I'm going to put a fixed ball on the other one. It's been really good, this Penn Surf Blaster. It's lasted quite well. The only problem is sometimes the line gets wrapped round that big spool gap there. But it's been faultless. I've had quite a few sessions with it now. And then we're just going to use a 3-hook flapper. No need for clips for this one, just want to put the worms on quickly if there are fish there. I'm not casting any great distance, so I'm not blasting that bait out. That Continental rod actually works really well for keeping the lugworm intact. And we've got a mixture here. We've got two different types of worms here. You see the black sticky ones, been in the fridge for a while, and these fresh ones. And I'm going to put them on head first, which is the big bit, or the wider bit. And you can use a baiting needle, but for these worms at the moment, they're not going to spill their guts out if you're just very careful the way you move the worm at an angle around the gape of the hook. And then when you actually get to the tail bit, it's a bit harder, it's got a bit of sand in there, and that's not a bad hook bait. You can of course hook them the other way round, tail first to the head. The juices will come out of the head end. Oh well, I'm getting a few knocks on this rod. Let's have a look. It's quite hard fishing into this sun. I've got the polarised sunglasses on. It doesn't feel great, this. It's more like a dead weight. I don't think it's a flatfish, but I didn't see a whiting rattle the rod or anything. So what have we got? It looks small. Is it flat? No, it's a bloody whiting. Okay, so that can go back. I always pick holes in my casting by 120 frames per second, but that rod is so easy to cast. So if you do want to come down to Bexhill, parking's great because you don't have to pay for parking along the front there. It's not even that busy in summer. You do get a lot of dog walkers, and you won't avoid those, but I'm right at the far end there. It's not ideal fishing two different reels. I quite like matching a set of reels. I'll be honest, this isn't the most exciting sea fishing video you're going to see this year, but it's a bit of a reality of fishing on the south coast, really. The tide's moving it a little bit. Ah, that's better. Okay, let's see what we got here. That fixed spool just lifts it right up. Another whiting, is it? What have we got? Rocklin. Oh, that's not a bad size. Bad size rocklin. Obviously not the fish we want, which would be a flatfish or even a codlin, but I think I'll have to accept it. There we are, little whiting. That's the advantage of the big hooks, you can unhook them quite quickly. Right, let's put this one back. Don't think he's going to survive, it's been on there for a while. Maybe one for the seagulls. Sorry, not really doing my bit for the environment there. looks like a slug, doesn't it? See why they call them slugs. So yeah, not too bad size that for a Rockling. It's quite a nice little venue to fish Bexhill. I think a lot of people will go to Hastings or Eastbourne. You've got Langley Point. You've got the rock ledges of Beachy Head, or Hastings has got a few marks as well. But if you're down this way and you're fishing, or maybe on holiday in Bexhill, get yourself down here. There's a guy who fishes down here called Brian Pask. He's a angling coach, and he'd be a good bloke to speak to if you can. And I know that there's been flounder here, plaice. I get a good run of plaice along Bexhill if you can catch that in spring and summer. And there's bass here as well on occasion. So things do get a bit more interesting than my measly, I think it's, what did I have, 4 whiting and a Rockling. But yeah, worth coming back. Nice little venue, this one.